Hello, guys. It's me, Albatross. This is really a unique day. The JFK files are released. Well, I shouldn't speak too soon. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see if it's a big nothing burger or not. But I'm telling you, it's not looking like that. Now, I don't know what time they were released, but me being me, instead of starting at the beginning, I went all the way to the very last page that they had available so far. And that one was interesting, but it had nothing to do with JFK because it was something in the 90s. But I'll go back to that. Don't worry. I'll see. I'm not going to make a video on every single file, but, on the ones that might offer something different, like this here. It's a secret one. I don't know if there's anything actually new on this document, but I'm going to read it. Here we go. Now, this is secret eyes only. The subject is task assigned to CIA and General Lansdale program review. I have no idea what this is going to be about, so here we go. General maybe that's why I should have gone back before, but who knows. General Lansdale review of the Cuba project, dated January 18th, 1962, assigns 32 specific tasks to elements of the U.S. government. Okay, so they're added 32 different, I guess, units? I don't know. Of these, 16 are assigned to CIA solely or jointly. The tasks have been... I knew the CIA had something to do with this. Or wait, unless this is the investigation. I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm excited. The tasks have been reviewed by this agency and has been determined that substantially all reporting and planning deadlines can be met. Work on all tasks with and without assigned dates for completion is in progress. The following detailed observations are key to General Lansdale's paper. Task 1, the intelligence community is hard at work on the NIE 85 to 82 and is attempting to meet the deadline February 7th, as was agreed in conversation on January 23rd, 1962. Okay, so this is like what, about a year before JFK was shot? Year and a half? A short extension may be necessary. Okay, task 2. The Opelika Interrogation Center in Florida will be in operation on February 15th, the deadline date. Task 3. The survey is in progress and will be completed on the stipulated date. On the basis of the information obtained, the possibility of establishing additional interrogation points will be determined. Task 4. An operational assessment of the stay-behind net in Cuba will be completed and reported. What's that? Because communication with Singleton agents is by SW, not W/T. It is unlikely that the assessment can be completed by the date stipulated. An extension to, this is interesting, to February 28th may be necessary, although every effort is being made to complete the work before that date. An intensive program aimed at the hold up. Here we go. An intensive program aimed at the acquisition of third country assets through the cooperation of liaison services. Oh, and someone wrote CIA there to let us know that that's what they were talking about, is also underway. Oh my God. Particularly in Spain, Belgium, France, Uruguay, and Costa Rica. What? That is extremely interesting, guys. Because I was reading something. I was just reading something not long ago about, I don't know if this has anything to do with this, obviously, but the rise of, U.S. immigration into Costa Rica. U.S. citizens were immigrating to Costa Rica, all through the 60s and 70s. I don't know if this has anything to do with that. I don't know. I might just be making a dumb connection. Let me continue. A report on the status of this program will be made by February 15th, although this agency cannot be sure that the cooperation of all intended participants will have been obtained by that date. Huh. So they're saying it may not be attained by them, but it will be attained eventually. That's interesting. CIA. Listen, this is why I made this petition months ago, because the CIA, this is what they do. This is what they do. They don't care about sovereignty. They don't care about rights. They don't care about none of that crap. They think they're above all that. They do. They think they're above all that. A cable has been sent to field stations to give added impetus to the search for assets and the development of both unilateral and joint operations. Progress reports have been acquired by March 1st. Survey of the Cuban Chinese community and of operational access to it is underway. So they're trying to get access to the party, the Communist Party in Cuba and the Chinese, hold on, let me double check that. What they say. The Cuban Chinese community. Okay. An assessment of more than 100 persons to determine their suitability for return to Cuba as agents in the guise of students is also being conducted. Target date end of February. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. Task 5, page 5. The February 1st deadline will be met, and by that date, we shall also have begun the search for suitable intermediaries. Analysis to date has not uncovered a top-level official of the Cuban regime whose personal characteristics indicate he would accept recruitment or agree to defection. So they're literally trying to get 8 people from the Cuban government to defect and be a double agent. Wow, they really was trying to turn Cuba. Why? Why are you so interested in Cuba? Like, why? By the way, Cuba's very beautiful. Anyway, most planning will be necessary based upon an appeal made inside the island by intermediaries selected from the ranks of journalists, foreign officials, international businessmen, foreign lawyers, crime syndicates. See, they were working with crime. What? International detectives and foreign police officials. Additionally, so like the police and the... You know what? That's typical. Why am I not surprised like that? You know, just like in Congress, the Republicans and Democrat act like they hate each other and sit there and yell at each other and try to act like their moral superiority. But in the background, they're all friends. You know, they're all friends. Work together. International detectives and foreign officials. Additionally, plans for the defection of lower-level Cuban officials abroad have been complete. So they've already got lower-level Cuban officials that are double agents. They've already got that. They're just trying to get someone in the upper ranks. And the search for targets and access abroad is underway. You know, not surprising. Maybe that's something we already knew. Just let me know if I'm the idiot. You know, just let me know if I'm the idiot. I didn't know that, like, you know, I didn't think this was, okay, task 6. By the assigned date, we shall complete and submit a coordinated plan. We shall also have begun action on cover and deception operations by that date. Oh, yeah. See, oh my God, if this doesn't tell us, oh my God. Guys, like I've said before, they're not just messing with U.S. populations. They're messing with populations in, like, every other country. Like, can you imagine, like, and I'm assuming most other countries have, like, some kind of, like, shadow system government like this. I mean, you know, come on. Let's not be dumb here. We know they do. So, it's just, like, it's like, damn. Like, this has to stop. This has to stop. This has to stop. There's plenty of, like, private organizations that do this. Now we've got our government with them. Like, they're all criminals. All of them. They're all criminals. Ugh. Okay, so, Task 7. By February 1st, CIA will submit an operational schedule for the initiation of an organized resistance movement inside of Cuba. Well, we already learned that they were doing this through USAID. I mean, USAID, let's not be dumb here. It's a CIA front, okay? Just like in my opinion, now that is pretty clear. I'm still going to say allegedly, but it's pretty clear. It would indicate their MO is the same as the CIA. Infiltrate, cause chaos in the societies. And, yeah, this is deep state. The CIA is the deep state. They're the deep state. And I think they just need to get rid of it. Like, get rid of it. I mean, like, we can't have this. We can't have, like, literally, and they've been lying to the government about this the whole time. Like, I'm sure most politicians didn't even know this stuff. I mean, they didn't. That's why they were demanding these files. It's ridiculous. And there's people literally still defending it. I mean, I know most of it's bots, but some of it are real people falling for their bull crap, defending this dumb crap. And you know what? At this point, why wouldn't we believe that the people on Twitter right now, all war crazy and war hungry, aren't the CIA? They probably are. Like, let's be real. Like, literal instigators of chaos. And listen, this has been going on. And to be fair to the CIA, this wasn't a new tactic that they came up with. They weren't exactly geniuses, okay? I mean, well, they were in some ways. They were evil and smart in some ways, but, like, they never came up with anything new, in my opinion. But, like, these tactics, I mean, I hate to say it to those of you who got really mad at me about that religion video, but these tactics are in the Bible. In the Old Testament specifically. So, I mean, get mad at me if you want, but it's written plainly there in the Old Testament. Go read it. The person, the thing that they call God in the Old Testament, the thing that they call God in the Old Testament, that's exactly what it was doing. You know what? I'm going to say it too. Like, this is like the same tactics that you can see it doing it in the Bible, in the Old Testament, right? To the very same people who are all over the news right now. And the thing about it is like I said in my last video, you take any group of people, just like this thing took the Israelites and held them above the other group of people. And no, the Israelites weren't better than them, but they weren't worse than them either. It's how this deep state crap operates. And they elevated one group above the other, let one group rule over the other, and guess what? You're going to have problems, you're going to have war, you're going to have genocide. It's the same formula. Same formula. I know they've become a little more clever about it, and they've turned some differences all upside down and backwards, like gender, but like for the small population who actually had the chance to actually be seen as equals, the deep state comes along and then perverts it and then tries to push it on everybody. And I know that can't be what like real transgender people hope for, right? It can't be for small children to get subjected to this when their brain isn't even developed enough to know what gender they identify as. It's madness. This is all the CIA. This is all the CIA. And they've been keeping us fighting and separated for too long. For too long. I mean, wake up. Not you guys who are smart and on my page. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking about to, the people who arrived late. I'm talking to them. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. But like, God, yes. This really fires me up, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't even know where I was at. But yeah, a full assessment will be completed in accordance with the schedule listed in paragraph 4 above in conformance with task 4. It should be noted what was task 4 again? Task 4 of the stay behind. Oh yeah, that stay behind net that they're talking about in Cuba. I don't know if that's their own agents. I'm a little unsure about that, but anywho, back to 7. It should be noted, however, that this operational schedule, like the schedule called for in Task 10, 26, and 30, will necessarily be tentative and subject to later revision as the number of assets inside Cuba increases. Oh yeah, so the more that they get, the more that they're going to take. Moreover, the development of a resistance movement will not remain controllable, so that operational timetables produced during the next 4 weeks can serve only as guides for a proposed sequence of actions. So here they are admitting that all they can do is just cause the dissent. But then after that, it's out of their hands. Just playing with lives. Task 10, CIA, and by the way, my petition to defund and dismantle the CIA will be in the description. Please sign it and share it, guys. Please cover my neck. If you like these videos and you want to hear more, please sign and share it. Okay. Task 10, CIA has on hand both propaganda and political action assets in the Caribbean area, so other islands and elsewhere in Latin America. Oh yeah, they got it everywhere. Which none of us are surprised at all. It is planned to use those assets both to support the project inside Cuba and to generate and mobilize public and official opinion against Castro outside Cuba. Well, gee golly, they've done that. Just like they've done to other leaders that I'm not even going to say because I don't want to cause an argument. That's not the point. But, that's like, yeah, like, you all remember growing up, do you guys remember, those of you millennials out there, do you remember, like, back in the day when Cubans were, like, trying to come to America and stuff, and they were literally, like, drowning and stuff, right? Sometimes I wonder, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to continue. But you all know what. If you know, you know. Okay. Because there was a lot going on back then. In the 90s. Okay. The operational schedule will be submitted on the stated date. Task 18. Discussions with appropriate AFL-CIO. I think, what are those, confidential informants or something? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Officials have been deducted, maybe that's a typo, have been conducted, and a report of developments will be submitted by February 15th. Okay. Where's task 19 through 20? That was only 18. Okay, task 21. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Plans for inducing the failure of crops will be submitted. These motherfuckers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Of course they'd go. Of course they'd go there. Of course they would. Keep in mind, guys, this is back before we had a whole bunch of like weird laboratories that grew vegetables and things like that in agriculture, right? Like, people totally depended on the earth for their food. I mean, they might have had some of it, but not like they do today. Like, you know what I mean? Even today, we still need the earth. So these guys are evil. They're Why are they doing this? Like, what is the objective behind all this? I mean, get mad if you all want about me pausing. I know some of you don't, some of you do, but like, get mad. But like, this is infuriating. I'm reading this in real time, guys. And listen, I'm someone who's been advocating for getting rid of the CIA for a long time, but like, they just are so evil. Like, now it's here written. I mean, we've all kind of known this in our hearts, but here it is written. And I just don't know why we would. It's infuriating. I'm going to stay on task. Because I can't help but wonder, why are they releasing this stuff? Why are they releasing this stuff? If they know it was going to elicit this kind of reaction, I don't know. I don't know what the purpose was, because this doesn't seem like the type of stuff they want to admit, but they are. Here it is. Here it is. And you know what? I've gone to the last page. I don't even have to go forward. I would bet, okay, I'm gonna bet with you guys, right? I'm gonna bet this CIA has something to do with killing JFK. I mean, spoiler alert, maybe it's not. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and apologize and debunk it. But I have a feeling they have a little something to do with it. A little something to do with it, you know? JFK was certainly asking questions that people like this evil wouldn't want him to ask. That's all I'm saying. And they got their little deception campaigns, the little puppet strings. They're just evil. They're just evil. 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 I bet you, and you know what? And coming from someone who grew up hearing this anti-Castro propaganda, it makes me wonder, was he a bad guy? Was he that evil? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not there, so I don't know. These plans will envisage both the use of controlled assets who can be infiltrated and exfiltrated. Wait, what? These plans will... Oh, I guess they mean like the crops and stuff. Or I don't know. What are they talking about? And the provision of encouragement and guidance to the resistance, so that it will undertake acts of sabotage, some of which are to be directed against crops, particularly rice. Yeah, of course, because that's probably what they live off of. Freaking assholes. This deadline will also be met. Primary methods of... You know what? And another... Okay, one more thing, and I'll keep reading. I swear. But I'm also going to make a little gamble here, and I know that we don't know this, and this is just purely speculation. I'm willing to bet the CIA is also behind the mass chaos of the last 4 years, too. How much you want to bet? I wonder. USAID, which is also the CIA, in my opinion, allegedly. This deadline will also be met. Primary methods of disrupting the supply of Cuban nickel to the USSR could, if approved by whom? It could include 1, the sinking of Cuban or block ships by open attack. 2, the use of, quote, frogmen. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know what that is, guys. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Or UDT tactics in harbors for the same purpose. The employment of torpedoes and mines towards this end. So they're going to sink their ships and all that other stuff. The sabotaging of primary or secondary sources of Cuban nickel, such as the Nicaragua and the Moa plants. So, like, yeah, they're really just trying to ruin these people. They're really trying to, like, create havoc in Cuba. Oh my gosh. I wonder how many countries they've done this to, guys. Think about that. Think about that for a minute. How many communities have they done this to? If they're so willing and cavalierly, like they're so cavalier about it, writing it down, making plans, like organized plans to do this stuff. How many people have they done this to? And it also, wait a minute. I don't want to misplace it. The CIA now has no proven internal assets capable of carrying out any of these actions. The agency does have external assets capable of undertaking actions 2 and 3. It also has an external group capable of undertaking 4 upon the completion of specialized training. Interesting. All studies include a plan for using overt or covert means to prevent reinstitution of the Canadian supply to the USSR. Will be submitted by February 15th. It is suggested that consideration be given to assigning the Economic Action Group, chaired by the Department of State, responsibility for overt action designed to deny Canadian nickel to the USSR. Yeah, so they're wreaking havoc in Canada. I mean, not well, yeah, there and Russia too. Okay, Task 26. Together with Task 27-28, Task 26 constitutes an outline of a plan for a psychological warfare oh my gosh, here it is. Oh, but we're just conspiracy theorists, right? Oh, those psyops, stop it. Those are all just conspiracy theories. They don't do that. Okay. These tasks are so closely interrelated that CIA proposes to submit by February 15th. Yeah, but they are closely interrelated. They are. All of it is. A single plan dealing with all three tasks. Oh my God, I'm glad I skipped to the last page. This one was very interesting. And don't worry, I'll go back. But I this is how they like to do it. They like to put the most important stuff at the end. That's why I did this. Okay. So, Task 27, see preceding paragraph. Task 28, see paragraph 12. I think that was the crops. Oh, wait, no, that was the one before, the PSYOPs. Task 30, by February 15th, CIA will submit an operational schedule dealing with the sabotage of shipping. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Sabotage. Right? Here it is, guys. Listen, I didn't write this. This is on a government website, which will be listed below in the description as well. If you guys want to go read through the documents without me, you're more than welcome. They're available to the whole world now, so don't come after me for reading it. Cuban 1, sabotage of 1, shipping in Cuban waters and harbors to make it, impossible to get food in or out or any other resources. Cuban transport facilities, so they can't transport. Communicate, yeah, that's, of course they're going to disrupt communications. That's like, what is it, like Warfare 101? For equipment for refining of petroleum. Okay, another important one. Facilities for producing and distributing powder, another one. 6, industry. 7, food supplies. 8, key military and police installations and material. All those pretty given, like, in a theoretical point of view, too. The schedule will also include the disruption of military and police communications and harassment of military and police training personnel. Man. Harassment of military and police training and personnel. Whatever context you take that sentence in, it's just as ugly. This deadline will be met. The following comments are keyed to sections D through K, part 4 of the program review. All right, section D. 6 men to form the initial nucleus have been assessed in depth. Further assessment of candidates inside and outside Cuba is in progress, and it is expected that 10 of these will be recruited by February 15th. Section E. To date, 15 locations have been selected as suitable centers of resistance because of 1, the presence there of groups among which there is a patent or incipient unrest. Okay, so yeah, they're picking a place where there's already, they got kind of like a background of being a little tense, 2, the presence of strategic and tactical targets for use or deactivation. 3, proximity to potential unconventional warfare areas. Wonder what they mean by that. In order of priority, the 15 centers are Havana, Camagüey, Santa Clara, Cienfuegos, Matanzas, Cardenas, Sancti Spiritus, the Escambray Mountains. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. But yeah, all those other places I'm not going to butcher. Sorry. You guys can see and read them. Section F. In support of the state's efforts, CIA, so like also in cahoots with the State Department, big shit. I wasn't really surprised about that. CIA has conducted propaganda operations, including a number of mass demonstrations. Oh my God, guys, this is important. In support of states, they've been doing this for 60 years. In support of states' efforts, CIA has conducted propaganda operations, including a number of mass demonstrations in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, and Colombia. So, they were starting the unrest. They were starting all this in Costa Rica. Oh my God, even more. Ecuador, Guatemala, Mexico, Panama, Peru, Uruguay, and Venezuela. Oh my God. These guys are so evil. You wouldn't leave nobody alone, would you? Nobody could have peace but Switzerland, right? They're the only ones allowed to have any peace, right? Why is that? Anyway. These people, they make me so mad. All right. Section H. One TV intrusion operation. Well, so this is why I say USAID is a front for the CIA. And a lot of people have been saying that, not just me. One TV intrusion operation has been conducted on January 16th. Plans for an intrusion during the scheduled parade and demonstration in Havana are being formulated. Please sign my petition, guys, please. So they don't come infiltrate my life, please. All right, Section K. Groups with which CIA has exploitable access or entry. Oh my God, guys. Here we go. See, that we were right. Allie was right. We all were right this whole time. Has exploitable access or entry include women, labor, students, teachers, jurists, and other professional classes. How that? Now, well, I mean, I don't know how their jury process works there, but listen, this is what they've been doing in our country too, guys. Don't be naive. They don't give a crap about any life. Remember that. Don't let them come out here and play their dumb little games, okay? They do this to anybody. And they have done it. They've been doing it. International contacts with labor organizations and members of the Catholic Church will also be utilized. Damn, I knew it. Just like I said, guys. I told you that Bible is meant to control you. You all made me feel guilty. Made me take down that video. When all I did was just tell you how it's starting to make sense. It was like I was in the cave trying to unshackle your chains for you, and you didn't want me to. And I have to leave you behind now. I'm sorry. I have to leave you behind. But the Bible is another form of control, and that's another. I do videos on that on my other channel, or I will be. I haven't done them yet, but I'm working on videos on my other YouTube channel. Go check them out. But yes, this they probably use the Bible as their guidebook to do this because it worked. Look, it's still working. It propels on its own axis at this point. They barely even have to do anything. I mean, they do, but they don't, because the divisions have been made thousands of years ago. These divisions were made. This is insanity. And now what more do you all want? What more do you all want to see? Now, I bet you this won't be enough for some of you. I bet it won't. But yeah, that was the end of it. Yeah. I bet this won't be enough for some of you. I know some of you who have been on board. I know you guys have known. None of this was much of a shock. But it is emotional. It is. I'm not going to lie. It's very emotional. Because I'm sure some of you who come here and watch and know what I know have people in their lives that they've tried to unchain and unshackle out of that cave, and they just refused and wouldn't listen. I don't know if this will make a difference or not. I don't know. And I'm not going to lie, I'm sure that this isn't all of it. I'm not dumb. I'm sure there's horrible stuff on these documents that they're not going to let us see. I'm almost positive of that. But wow, this was an emotional read. It really was, guys, because this is stuff that I've just known in my gut. We've all known in our guts this whole time. And here it is. They thought they were smart, huh? Thought they were slick. They weren't that slick. Maybe to the people they really, really got to, they were slick. Hell, I was one of those people. I was brainwashed a long time. What does Dr. Seuss call it? I was in the waiting place a long time. You know, I think about, like, you know, crazy uncles who have passed, who have been telling us this as we were kids. It's like, we wish they were here to see this now. They were right. They weren't crazy. Not at all. None of us were. I dare anybody, I swear to God, I dare anybody to even use the word conspiracy theorist at this point. I dare people to do it. I dare them, because at this point, you're being naive if you're calling us conspiracy theorists. You're just being naive. Damn, guys. Damn. Guys, I'm going to leave off with this, because I know I'm going to have... And listen, I was one of those religious people, so I'm not judging you. But I know I'm going to have one of these religious persons come in my comments and get upset with me. And I apologize. I'm a very spiritual person. I do believe in God. I very much believe in God. I pray to Him all the time. I don't believe that what the thing in the Old Testament, I don't, that is not God. And I'm going to just show you one example out of thousands in the Old Testament. Genesis 12, verses 10 through 20, and then I'm going to leave off at that. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abraham went down to Egypt to live there for a while, because the famine was severe. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarah, "I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife,' and then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, so that I will be treated well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you." Here we go. First example. Well, I think the first example of sex trafficking. Abraham sex trafficking his wife to the Egyptians. Now, what does this God do about it? Let's find out. When Abraham came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw that Sarah was a beautiful woman, and sure enough, when Pharaoh's officials saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abraham well for her sake, and Abraham acquired sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camels. Wow, they treated Abraham great and had a really good old time with Sarah. I wonder if Sarah had a good time. Well, the Bible doesn't say if she had a good time or not, but this is what it does say. It continues. But the Lord inflicted serious diseases. Oh, right, thank God He's going to punish Abraham for doing this to Sarah. Oh, wait, no, He doesn't. He inflicts serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abraham's wife, Sarah. Yeah. Oh, and listen, this happens a couple other times. This is what, like, with Abraham one other time, and then Isaac with Rebecca. Like, they literally, passing their wives around. So, yeah. And God's punishing the people that they're lying to. I'm not saying they're innocent, because who knows? I don't know if Rebecca and Sarah were willing participants. I doubt it. I doubt they didn't have any say. I don't think they had any say at all. They just had to do what their man told them. They had no choice but to be okay with it. And who got all the... Abraham and Isaac. They got paid for it. That is trafficking. Right there in the Bible. And God rewards the trafficker. Interesting, right? Interesting. So, and it's not just that. It's the fact that, he went from one generation to the other, dividing, saying you're better than them, you will be a great nation, this land will be yours, you'll take it from them. And, come on, guys, come on. Think with your logical minds. Does this sound like an all-loving God? Doing this tactic? The tactic's laid out right there in the Old Testament on what to do, on how to keep control and keep people fighting with each other, hating each other. And the CIA's been doing it to us. Wonder who they learned it from. Wonder if they had a Bible in the CIA office somewhere with a highlighter and a pen. I'm sorry if that hurts people, but I gotta say it like it is. I'm not gonna hold back anymore because it hurts people's feelings. We gotta say these things. And listen, that doesn't mean I'm right. This is just speculation, but it's how I feel, and I'm gonna say it. I mean, it's almost like a copy and paste. Like, what this thing did is like a copy and paste on what's happening now, just on a larger scale. Elevating one group above the other, or sabotage the other group. This is what the CIA's been doing to us. It's like, come on, guys. They've been doing this for so long. And we gotta have enough. We gotta have enough of it. We gotta have enough of it. We all need to have a YouTube channel right now, or a Rumble channel, or whatever, and be talking about it. We all need to do it. We all need to do it. Please sign the petition so they don't come after me. Please. Pretty please. Sign the petition. It'll be in the description. Thank you guys for listening. I'll be back to read some more documents. I'll be back to read some more. I'm sure more people will read it before I do, but this was an emotional read for me, so I'm going to have to digest it, go lay down. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.